Hi, Martin Yusuf here. Tonight I'm talking about internal resources, and an internal resource spot, or being internally resourced, is merely the ability to problem solve and get through your ideas and problems by going within and thinking through whatever your problems are or dilemmas are, and without going for the assistance towards other people. If other people support you and you feel safe in their company and you like their advice and what they have to say, that is an external resource. And in society, generally these external resources are run by charities or they're run by organisations, but also people have a network of individuals. Now, in my opinion, the individual should be at least 70% internally resourced. That means when they have a problem, they don't actually look towards other people to solve their problem. They go inside their self and have an ability to think through the problem, look at it rationally, feel the feelings that are associated with it and make a decision and then move forward. And to be a leader and to be successful in the world, you really need to be able to have this ability. And the truth is, when it comes to the tough decisions in your life, there's not going to be anyone there for you to make those decisions for you. You have to make them for yourself. And this is a form of self-empowerment, and we give our power ourselves away to organisations and institutions that don't always have our best intentions in their mind or in their foresight. They just have a script, an idea, and they have a financial agenda, and if you fit into that and you are able to obtain their resources, then fine, but if not, you're really left to your own devices. And having this ability to go within and really find out the solutions to your own problems makes you a very powerful individual. And that is a threat to people. It's a threat if you can turn and walk away and think through something and decide what's right or what's wrong for you. It's such a simple thing, but a difficult skill to master, because you've got things like pride and self-worth and these other aspects of your character, wanting to belong, not wanting to be alone, wanting to be a part of a group. You know, our social instinct is strong, and it's counterintuitive and goes against our logic sometimes. So being internally resourced, we have to ask the question, do we feel safe enough to go within and think through our problems and feel our feelings? And most of the time people don't feel safe, they feel insecure, and then they do not have this ability to look within and think things through for their own benefit, you know. And this ability is called an internal resource, and it's really generating through meditation also a feeling of well-being and places inside your body, sometimes it's in your heart or your solar plexus, that you can go and actually build this sense of well-being and a sense of purpose that everything's going to be all right. Because you really can't get it from other people, and if you are externally resourced and you take all your advice from other people and you've never made a decision or looked inside yourself for what you want to do or where you want to go, there's a problem in that, because when you have a real problem and you draw more external resources, you get conflicting opinions and ideas. And if you get lost in other people's opinions and ideas, you're gone for money. You'll lose your sense of direction and your sense of purpose. And the mind really needs two things. The first one, it needs to be focused every single day, and it needs to be stimulated. So focusing the mind and giving the mind tasks on a daily basis through discipline is very important. And going within and finding out what you really, really want in this world. Why are you here? What are you doing here? We're only here on a temporary basis, you know. We can't take anything with us. That's the greatest paradox of human life, that we're only here for a short time. So we need to think carefully and go deeply within and get away from our egos and our fearful desires, and really think about what it is that we want to do and what we're ready to do and what we're prepared to do. And if you're not prepared to do something, don't do it. If you have a goal and ambition, I've met so many people that say they want to write a book or they've got a book in them, but they're just not prepared to do the work or put in the effort. They like the idea of writing a book, but they actually won't sit down and write it because they don't have that focus. They don't have that focus. And once you focus your mind and you engage yourself in a task, even if you're not interested in it, the stimulation that you get will be enough to sustain you through the task. Not if you don't have any interest in it. If your interest is only minimal, the stimulation won't be there for you. So internal resources are very important, And the more resourced internally you are, the more ability you have to cope with stress, and more deep breathing, and more exercise, the better your diet, the better your outlook, the more you can go within and find power and strength from within yourself. This is called being internally resourced. And I reckon it needs to be around 70%. It needs to be a high percentage of who you are. But I don't believe that we need to make all our decisions from this internal place. Some people do, but I believe that it's important to get feedback from other people, and they can kind of guide us as well, and externally use them as a resource. But not if they're unsafe. They have to be safe, and they have to be on your side and understand what you're trying to achieve. They are called external resources, and for me, if I have a problem, I'll have 2 or 3 people that I'll ask if I'm not sure about it. Sometimes intuitively I will know the answer, but I will always run it by a friend if I'm not sure about the process or the journey that I'm going on. So that's a little bit about internal and external resources, and I will talk more fully on this subject. Please feel free to join me on www.martinyusuf.com. Thank you.